Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Ellis, Director of the Landscape Architecture Program. I'm glad to have you here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what landscape architecture is and how you can get into it if you're interested. So landscape architecture includes urban design, but it also includes ecological design and community design and even creative design. So we have people come from the with interest in fine arts, but we have people that come that are really interested in ecology and natural sciences, and we have other people who come that are really interested in working with people and groups of people and talking with stakeholders and people in politics and municipal agencies and so on, and getting people together around a table just to solve design problems. If you're interested in any of those things, then landscape architecture really might be a great field for you to work in. Our program has, you'll go through 3 years of studio work. A lot of people wonder, what is a studio? What do you do in a studio? And so some people, get an image of a painter with a white hat and a paintbrush and an easel in front. And we do a little of that, but for the most part, we're really solving problems around a table with other people that are also trying to solve those same problems. And there's creativity associated with it, but there's a lot of practical problem solving that goes along with it as well. So you're going to learn in your lecture courses skill sets and knowledge that you'll then bring together into the studio that will help you solve problems. It's a very well-defined career that you can work your way through. The other thing that I think is great about it, landscape architecture, is you may start out loving to do the environmental stuff. But after 5 years or 10 years, you may be like, I really know how to do all this stuff and I love it, but I need something new. Well, there's a lot of new things you can do. You can go off in the creative direction, or you can go off in the development area, or you can go into, you can switch over to urban design. Even within the field itself, there's a lot of directions that you can grow into. Even if you start down one path, you can go down another path. Our program is accredited by a national agency, and what that means is that if you graduate from our program, you will have solved or satisfied the educational requirements for all 50 states in the United States. Networking is really important, especially for us in our field. And our program is actually very well situated for networking in the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore area. There's a lot of firms here. We're one of the highest paid regions in the country. But the best way to get a position around here is to know someone, really. And so our faculty, we participate in the MD, the Maryland ASLA chapter, but also the Potomac chapter of the American Society of Landscape Architects. And we have events once a month, sometimes once every 2 months. And so all the landscape architects get together, maybe have a glass of wine, a few hors d'oeuvres, talk about awards. We may go to an Orioles game or a Nationals game, and we hang out with each other and we talk about what's going on in the state. We're able to bring our students to these. We encourage all our students to come and participate, and while we're there, we introduce our students. There's also a lot of people who come to our program to review student work. So a lot of the professionals come in and they review what we have on the wall, things like this, and give feedback to the students at the end of a project when it's all finished and ready to go. So we also have a lot of alumni that work in the area, and they make a great source of networking. And then even in our program, we have a student chapter of ASLA. And as you come in early, if you get to know your upperclassmen, those people will be graduating and getting a job before you. And so if you know those people just because you've been here in the program, you already have kind of an in with the firms that are in the state. So networking is critical. Our program is a pretty small program. Architecture, there's everybody's heard of architecture when they're growing up. And so there's a lot of applicants for architecture schools, and there's a lot of students in there. So there's also a lot of competition after you graduate. Landscape architecture is relatively small, so our studios are a maximum of 20 students. And as a result, the faculty get to know the students really well going through the program.
We design landscapes that benefit not only the environment, but also humans and communities.
How do you design communities that enhance the environment and promote health?
I will explain how landscape architects enhance the environment and promote health communities using one of our student projects. This is Ryan reflecting in his class project. Ryan's class transformed vacant lot into green open space. This is a vacant lot with a lot of trash, and let's see how they transform this lot into. These images are after images, so they transform vacant lot into green open space. You can see lots of sitting area for residents to gather together and share their stories. You can also see pollinator garden to attract bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. You can also see permeable pavers to manage stormwater runoff. All these things has been designed by University of Maryland landscape architecture students. Their design not only enhance the physical environment, also promote healthy community living.
Why should I join the landscape architecture program at the University of Maryland?
If you come to University of Maryland, and you will be the part of this process, and we welcome you to join us. Thank you.
Join us in learning how to design communities that enhance the environment and promote health. For more information, please visit www.lark.umd.edu.